You wake up early, grind through your 9 to 5, save what you can, and yet your bank account never seems to grow. You're not alone. Millions of hard-working Americans are stuck in the same cycle, earning, spending, but never truly building wealth. Here's the hard truth. The problem isn't how much you make, it's how much you keep. Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors alive, has spent decades observing the financial habits that separate the wealthy from those who struggle. And guess what? The biggest obstacles aren't lack of income. They're the small, sneaky money traps most people don't even realize they're falling into. So today, we're exposing 13 things Americans waste money on, according to Buffett's wisdom, that keep them from financial freedom. If you've ever wondered why your savings aren't growing, this is your answer. By the end of this, you'll see money differently. Ready to break the cycle? Hungry for wisdom and financial success? Drop this in the comments. I will be rich and wise like Warren Buffett. When I see your comment, I'll know you've got the mindset of a future billionaire, and I'll hit you with a heart. If you'd like to support the channel, hit that like button and subscribe. It means the world to me. Now that you've joined the Buffett-inspired tribe, let's dive right in. Number 1. The brand name illusion, keeping up with the Joneses. Picture this. You walk into a coffee shop and see two people. One is wearing a $5,000 Rolex, driving a leased Mercedes, and sipping a $10 latte. The other, a simple Timex, a used Toyota, and a homemade brew. Who do you think is richer? Surprise. It's probably the second one. Buffett lives in the same modest house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. Mark Zuckerberg wears the same gray t-shirt every day. Why? Because real wealth isn't displayed, it's accumulated. The middle-class trap. Buying luxury brands to look rich while draining the bank account. The Buffett fix. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. Invest in quality, not logos. Drop a comment below. I choose value if you'd rather be rich than look rich. Number 2. The house poor trap. Why your home isn't an asset. Yet, here's a controversial truth. Your home is a liability until it's paid off. Most Americans rush to buy a house because it's the dream, but Buffett warns taking on a massive mortgage too early is one of the fastest ways to kill your wealth-building potential. The problem, a $300,000 home with a 30-year mortgage costs you over $600,000 after interest, plus property taxes, repairs, and insurance. The Buffett way. Rent cheap, invest the difference. He didn't buy his first home until he could easily afford it. Question: would you rather own a house or own your future? Comment wealth first if you'd rather build assets before debt. Number 3. The subscription swindle, the silent budget killer. Netflix, Spotify, gym memberships, Amazon Prime, $5 here, $10 there. It adds up to thousands a year. Buffett's rule: beware of small expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. The stats: the average American wastes $400 per year on unused subscriptions. Here's what to do. Audit your bank statement. Cancel anything you haven't used in 90 days. Funny but true. That gym membership you forgot about? It's not making you healthier, just poorer. Drop a cancelled in the comments if you're cutting the waste today. Number 4. The smoking and bad habits money pit. This one's brutal but necessary. A pack-a-day smoker spends more than $2,500 per year to $100,000 over a lifetime. That's enough to buy a rental property, invest in stocks, or retire years earlier. Buffett, who quit smoking at 21, says, "The best investment you can make is in yourself." Think about it. Every dollar wasted on destructive habits is a dollar stolen from your future. Comment, I choose health if you're done letting bad habits rob you. The bigger picture. It's not about deprivation, it's about freedom. Buffett's secret isn't being cheap, it's being intentional. Every dollar wasted is a soldier that could have been fighting for your financial freedom. So ask yourself, are you spending on things that depreciate? Cars, clothes, gadgets, or are you investing in things that appreciate? Stocks, education, assets? The difference determines whether you'll work for money or have money work for you. Your challenge: pick one money wasta from this list and eliminate it this month. Then come back and tell us how much you saved. If this opened your eyes, smash the like button, subscribe, and comment Buffett approved below. Let's get 100,000 people woke about wealth. Remember, the richest people don't look rich. They're too busy getting richer. Which one will you be? Number 5. Buying a new car. Why your dream ride is a financial nightmare. Picture this middle-class move. Buy a $40,000 car. In 5 years, worth $16,000 if you're lucky. Rich move. Buy a used $20,000 car. Invest the other $20,000 in 5 years, $30,000 plus. Buffett's rule: never borrow money to buy something that loses value. Yet millions of Americans sign up for $700 per month car payments to impress people they don't even like. Meanwhile, the rich drive used Toyotas and let their money work for them. Question: would you rather look rich in a depreciating car or be rich with growing assets? Comment assets over ego if you'd rather build wealth than a garage full of debt. Number 6. The Great Credit Card Swindle. Let me tell you how the banks win and how you lose. You see a $1,000 television. You don't have $1,000, but your credit card says, no problem, here's what really happens. You buy the TV. The bank charges you 25% interest. Because they know most people won't pay it off. You make minimum payments, feeling responsible. 5 years later, that TV cost you $1,800 and it's obsolete. My rule: never borrow money for something that depreciates. The rich understand credit cards are tools, not lifelines. Pay them off every single month. Use rewards to your advantage, but never spend just to earn them. The poor fall victim. They pay 20% plus interest to banks, essentially a tax on impatience. That $1,800, invested in the S&P 500 for 20 years, it becomes $15,000. Ask yourself, do I own my credit card, or does it own me? Drop a comment, cash over plastic, if you're done funding Wall Street's profits. Number 7. The impulse buy mirage. Let me take you back a few years. A young man came up to me after a seminar. Bright eyes, tight fade, Gucci belt. You know the type. He said, "Sir, how do I build wealth?" I looked him dead in the eye, handed him a shopping cart, and said, "Fill this with $200 worth of things you don't need." He laughed, thinking I was joking. I didn't blink. He said, "Wait, you're serious?" I said, "Dead serious. Because that's exactly how most people live every weekend. We're not spending, we're escaping." Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a store to just look and left with 4 bags, a milkshake, and a sudden sense of guilt? Or opened your phone to check an email and somehow ended up ordering a ring light, a face massager, and 3 candles that smell like someone else's lifestyle? It's not because you're weak, it's because you're human. See, shopping isn't just about stuff. It's about soothing something deeper. And guess what? Marketers know that. They don't sell you a product. They sell you a feeling. Limited time only. Panic. Buy now, pay later. Guilt postponed. You saved $50. On what? Something you didn't need in the first place. It's like someone slapping you and then offering you ice. And you say, "Thank you." Dopamine is not a financial strategy. You know what we're addicted to, not things. The feeling of new, the high of tearing open a package, the thrill of unboxing, the illusion that maybe, just maybe, this will fix how empty we feel inside. But here's the kicker. The shoes get old, the tech gets outdated, the feeling fades, and the bills, they don't. One day you wake up, and your closet is full, but your soul is bankrupt. You've got a $2,000 phone in your hand, and $4 in your savings account. You're dressed like success, but feel like a prisoner to your next paycheck. Let me be real with you. The poor buy to escape reality. The rich invest to change it. That's not judgment. That's just math. See, wealthy people do buy luxuries, but only after their assets are working for them. The poor, they buy liabilities and call it self-care. You ever notice how it's always the person with no emergency fund saying, "You only live once"? Meanwhile, The person with 6 figures invested is quietly sipping water and minding their index funds. And here's what no one tells you in your 20s. Every dollar you waste today is a dollar your future self will beg for. So what can you do? Let me give you some battle-tested wisdom from 20 years of watching people go broke with good jobs and big dreams. Rule number 1, the 24-hour rule. If you didn't plan to buy it, don't buy it today. Wait, sleep on it. 90% of the time, tomorrow, you won't even care. Rule number 2, make a list. Stick to it. Going to the store without a list is like going to war in your underwear. You will lose every time. Rule number 3, buy assets before accessories. Ask yourself, will this give me money back or just take more from me? Start there, always. Number 8, the $20 lunch that costs you $200,000. Let me share a simple calculation that changed how I view spending. The average American spends $20 per meal eating out, 5 times per week. That's $5,200 per year. Over 40 working years, $208,000. Now here's what most people miss. If you invested that $5,200 annually at 8% return, after 40 years, $1.6 million. My approach, I still enjoy the occasional steak dinner, but I treat restaurant meals like investments. I want to know exactly what I'm getting and what it costs me long term. The rule, never spend money on convenience without calculating its true cost. If you're getting value from this video and want to see more content like this, please hit the like button and smash the subscribe button. It means the world to me, and it really helps the channel grow. I'm on a mission to hit 100,000 subscribers, and with your support I know we can get there. Now that you've liked and subscribed, let's continue with our discussion. Number 9, the technology trap. People often ask why I used a flip phone until 2020. The answer is simple. My $20 flip phone made calls just as well as a $1,000 smartphone. I don't need 97% of the features in modern devices. Every dollar saved compounds over time. The shocking truth about tech upgrades. Average upgrade cycle 2.5 years. Average smartphone cost $800. Over 40 years, $12,800 plus opportunity cost is $100,000 plus lost. My advice, use technology as a tool, not as a status symbol. And always ask, does this help me build wealth or just look wealthy? The Buffett difference. What separates the wealthy isn't income, it's perspective. While most people see restaurant meals as just $20, phone upgrades as necessary, credit cards as free money, the financially wise see restaurantune, every dollar as an employee that can work for them, every expense as an investment decision, every purchase as a choice between looking rich and becoming rich. Your challenge this week, track one category of spending, eating out, tech, etc., and calculate what it would become if invested for 20 years. You might find your habits changing faster than you think. Remember, it's not about what you can afford today, but what you want to afford in 30 years. If you're ready to see money differently, reply with compounding below. And if you found this valuable, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, the rich aren't lucky, they're disciplined. Which side will you choose? Number 10. The lottery, a tax on hope. Let me be blunt about the lottery. Your chance of winning is roughly the same as finding one specific grain of sand on Miami Beach. States market it as helping education, while preying on those who can least afford it. The $10 per week lottery habit becomes $50,000 in lost retirement money. My alternative? Buy a share of a wonderful business instead of a dream. One actually pays dividends. Number 11. The alcohol economy. The bitter truth about your bar tab that hurts more than a hangover. Let me paint you a picture. It's Friday night. You're out with friends. The music's loud, the lights are dim, and the drinks keep coming. That $12 cocktail in your hand costs the bar 50 cents to make. Takes you 30 minutes of work to afford after taxes. Could have been $120 in 10 years if invested. But here's what really stings. The hidden price of just one more round. Bars bank on you not doing the math. That craft cocktail, 2,400% markup. You're not paying for alcohol. You're paying for the illusion of sophistication, the domino effect. One drink leads to two leads to Uber rides, drunk food, and oops, online shopping. Suddenly your $12 drink became a $150 night, and a groggy Saturday wasted in regret. The opportunity hangover, that $100 per week bar habit, $5,200 per year, invested over 20 years, $260,000. That's the real tab you're signing every weekend. Why I still drink cherry Coke at 93. I'm not against fun. I'm against trading your future for fleeting pleasure. My cherry Coke costs $1.50 and doesn't cloud my judgment. I still socialize, just at $20 steak dinners instead of $20 cocktails. I measure enjoyment not by how much I spend, but by how little I regret. Which expensive drink you'll ever order? The one that makes you forget your financial goals. Now ask yourself, is this drink worth an hour of your life, or could that money work for you instead? Number 12. The beauty paradox. Let me tell you a story about my friend Sarah. Sarah worked 2 jobs, one to pay her bills and another to fund her $300 per month skincare habit. Serums, creams, miracle treatments. Every new product promised to fix what she hated about herself. Then one day, she ran the numbers. $300 per month, multiplied by 10 years, equals $36,000, plus interest, plus the time spent worrying, plus the shame when it didn't work. That $36,000 could have been a down payment on a home, could have funded her child's education, could have bought her freedom. Instead, it bought her an empty jar of hope. The lie we've all bought into. The beauty industry doesn't sell products. It sells insecurity. That $100 anti-aging cream, you're not paying for ingredients. You're paying for the fear of getting older. That limited edition palette. It's the same colors repackaged with new urgency. That influencer's must-have routine. She's being paid to make you feel lacking. Here's the painful truth. No cream can fix the way you feel about yourself. What actually makes you attractive? It's free. Confidence. The kind that comes from knowing your bills are paid. Sleep. The kind you get when you're not lying awake, stressed about debt. Security. The kind that lets you walk into a room without worrying what anyone thinks. Real beauty isn't bought, it's built. Through self-respect, through financial independence, through refusing to let anyone profit off your self-doubt. Try this instead. Take that $100 serum budget and buy a share of stock instead. Watch real growth happen. Spend 30 minutes researching retirement accounts instead of skincare routines. Future you will glow with gratitude. Look in the mirror and say, I'm worth more than my reflection, because you are. The most attractive thing you can wear isn't makeup. It's the unshakable peace of someone who isn't controlled by consumerism. Remember, the best face cream in the world is a good night's sleep. The best lipstick, financial security, and the most attractive accessory you'll ever wear, freedom. Now ask yourself, what will you invest in today? Your insecurities or your future? Number 13. The junk food equation. My simple math on food. Cheap food now is expensive healthcare later. Every dollar saved on processed food costs $5 in medical expenses. The wealthiest investment you can make is in your health. What separates the financially successful isn't intelligence test, it's discipline. While others see lottery tickets as hope, bar tabs as social necessities, beauty products as needs, fast food as convenience, we see every dollar as a seed that can grow, every expense as a choice between temporary pleasure and lasting wealth. Every habit is either building or destroying our future. Your challenge. For 1 month, track all small expenses and calculate what they'd become if invested for 30 years. You'll likely find your small indulgences could fund your retirement. What seems insignificant daily becomes monumental over time. True wealth comes from redirecting trickles into streams. Remember someone sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. What shade will you be sitting in 30 years from now? If you're ready to plant your financial trees, reply with long-term thinker below. And if this perspective helped, Share it with someone who could use a financial wake-up call. My friend, we've walked through financial truths today that could change your life if you let them. That frustration you feel when you look at your bank account, that's not bad luck. That's not the economy. That's the quiet whisper of your potential, begging you to wake up. Warren Buffett didn't build his fortune by accident. He built it by making different choices than everyone else. Choosing value over vanity, choosing freedom over fleeting pleasures, choosing tomorrow's wealth over today's wants. Now the ball is in your court. The chains of habit are too light to be felt until they're too heavy to be broken. Break yours today.